Hello. Now let's solve some problems on quadratic equations. In fact, here we have a problem. It says determine y-intercept of a parabola with vertex at -1, 32 and x-intercept at x equals to 3. So what we are given is a condition where vertex of the parabola is given and x-intercept is given. So from here, first step is to find the equation of the parabola, the quadratic equation, and the best way is to go for the vertex form because vertex is given to us, and by utilizing this point x equals to 3 as an x-intercept, we can find the a value, the leading coefficient. Once we have the equation, then we can find y-intercept just by placing x equals to 0, right? At y-intercept, x value should be 0. So you can try it on your own, stop the video at this moment and then check the solution. So here we will now start with the solution. So first step, as I told you, is to find vertex form of our parabola, right? As you remember, the vertex form is y equals to a times x minus p whole square plus q, right? Sometimes we use h and k and other correct alphabets here, but it doesn't really matter. Well, this vertex is p. The vertex is p value is the x value and the q value is the y value of the vertex, correct? So from the given data, because the vertex is at -1, 3, 2, 32, we can write that our function fx is equal to a times x minus 1, and because it is minus of -1, so it will be plus 1. Do you understand this? Because p value is -1, so it's minus of the x value, which is -1. So this square plus 32 for q. Remember that whenever we are talking inside the function, normally reverse things happen, like you've seen in transformations, right? If inside we have plus, it really doesn't go to the right side but moves to the left side, right? So this parabola has a vertex at -1, 32. That means on the, let me show you here. So -1, 32, so at -1, let's say this is a point 32. Here is your vertex, and the x-intercept is at x equals to 3 somewhere. Let's say x equals 3 is somewhere there, right? So the parabola is kind of, I've drawn too far away, but you'll understand it's kind of like this, where this is x-intercept 3, right? And that point which we have here is -1 and 32. So that's the kind of parabola which we are working on. Now, knowing this x-intercept, x equals to 3, at x equals 3, we can find the value for a. Now when we say x-intercept is at 3, then what we really mean here is that the point is 3, 0. Is that okay? Y value 0, right? So we will put y value 0 and x value of 3 to find a, okay? So f of x at 3 is 0. So we say 0 equals to a times x is 3, so it is 3 plus 1 square plus 32. And now we will solve this equation. So we'll bring this 32 or take away 32 from both the sides, and we get -32 equals to, this is 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 square is 16, 16a, correct? Now 16a. So we have a value from here. If we divide by 16 on both the sides, we get a equals to -2, correct? So that's our a value. Now once we get a equals to -2, we can write on our function specific equation for this parabola, right? So now our function becomes f of x equals to -2 times x plus 1 whole square plus 32. Correct? So that's our function. So we have done the first part, and that is to find the equation of a parabola in vertex form. Correct? And now we'll try to do the next part is to find y-intercept. So now at y-intercept, what do we have? So y-intercept is a point where the parabola crosses y-axis, correct? Y-intercept. So at that point, always x is equal to 0. Is that okay? So we'll just plug in x equals to 0 in our equation and find y-intercept. So f of x at x equals to 0 will give us y-intercept. Is that okay? So we'll say f of 0 is equals to minus 2 times 0 plus 1 whole square plus 32. Is that okay? Now, you can solve this and get 1 square is just 1. So it is minus 2 plus 32, which gives us a value of 30, right? Therefore, the y-intercept is what? Y equals to 30, right? Y equals to 30. You could write this in the coordinate form like 0, 30, right? Because at y-intercept, x value is 0. I hope you understand the method. So what we adopted is, because we were given the vertex and x-intercept, we found the equation of parabola in the vertex form, correct? And once we did that, then to find the y-intercept, we plugged in x equals to 0 and calculate the y-intercept. That's how it is to be done. Okay, I hope you understand. Thank you.